Hello everyone, this is Katie here. In this video, I'm going to explain you today an interesting story of Sinbad the Sailor. Sinbad is an important literary character which you all will enjoy. So keep on watching this video from beginning to end and pay attention what I say. So happy digital learning. In this video, I'm going to read out and explain the textual story as it goes according to your book. So, in this video, I'm going to explain the whole story as it is in your book. This is the first part of the story of Sinbad the Sailor. The second part of this story I will tell you in my second video, second part of this chapter. So pay attention. I'm going to explain you about Sinbad the Sailor. First of all, I would like to tell you who was Sinbad the Sailor. Sinbad the Sailor is the hero of The 1001 Nights, which is a story, a great novel, a folklore, a folktale, who recounts his adventures on 7 voyages. He is not to be confused with Sinbad the Wise, who is the hero of the famous story of the 7 wise masters. I hope now you understand who was Sinbad the Sailor, a fictional literary character. Now I would like to introduce you with the original story of Sinbad the Sailor. So pay attention. The stories of Sinbad's travel, which were a relatively late addition to the original story of The 1001 Nights, were based on experiences of merchants from Basra, which is in Iraq, trading under great risks with the East Indies and China, probably in the early Abbasid period, 750 AD to 850 AD. A strong infusion of the miraculous in the stories has exaggerated the dangers encountered. In the frame story, Sinbad is marooned or shipwrecked after he sets sail from Basra with merchandise. He is able to survive the terrible dangers he encounters by a combination of resourcefulness and luck, and returns home with a fortune. Sinbad's movements from prosperity to loss, experienced during a voyage filled with adventure, and back to prosperity, achieved when he returns home, is repeated in the structure of each tale. The details of the stories of the voyages shed considerable light on seafarings and trade in the East. For instance, though Sinbad does not specify the goods that he takes from Basra, it is stated that he obtains diamonds and other precious stones, sandalwood, camphor, coconuts, cloves, cinnamon, pepper, aloes, ambergris, and ivory during his voyages. Possible references to pirates are hidden in the tales of shipwrecks, which in the third and fifth voyages are caused by the fabulous roc, a bird that drops huge stones on the ship. And about this fabulous bird roc, we are going to study in this particular chapter. So possible references to pirates are hidden in the tales of shipwrecks, which in the third and fifth voyages are caused by the fabulous roc, a bird that drops huge stones on the ship, and by hairy apes that swam over the ship and leave the crew on an island. The savages in canoes who torture Sinbad and his shipmates on the 7 voyages may have been from the Andaman Islands. The miraculous experience of Sinbad's travels find parallels in the literature of 7 nations. So, I hope you have got a thorough detail of an introduction about Sinbad the Sailor. He had done many voyages, and one of his voyages, that's one of his traveling, we are going to read out in our present video, where a huge bird roc encounters and he faced what problem and how he come out of it, we are going to see in this story. So let's start our story from the textbook which you have. I'm going to read out the first half. I'm going to read out in this video, and the second half of the story I'm going to read out in my next video. So keep on watching my video. Happy digital learning. Now I'm going to read out the textbook of your school and read out and explain you the story as it is there. I would like to tell you that the narrator, that's when the speaker of this story, is Sinbad himself. So he is narrating his own story here. So now I'm going to explain you and narrating you the story. Pay attention. Now let's come back to the book. Having returned to Baghdad after his first adventure, Sinbad's wandering spirit seized him soon again as he longed for unknown lands. So read this picture story to relive his second adventure. That's mean out of the 7 voyages, 7 adventure, Sinbad's second adventure we are going to read in this story. Now have a look in this story where Sinbad is narrating the story. The story starts. I quickly embarked. Who is I here? I is Sinbad here. Remember it? He is the narrator. I quickly embarked on a new ship. Embarked means went on board on a new ship, finely rigged. Finely rigged means excellently prepared with everything. So I quickly embarked on a new ship, finely rigged and manned by a large crew. That means along with him he has taken many men with him for his adventure, second voyage, and sailed away with a good party of merchants. That means he went along with his men and his merchants' companions for this voyage. That means in this voyage he was not alone on the ship. He was along with his crew. That means with his men who would serve him and along with other merchants. Now he is going for his second voyage. Now let's see what he says. After a few days, we came to an uninhabited island of great beauty. Uninhabited means where no one stays, a place without people. So Sinbad, after a few days of traveling on the ship, he came to a lonely island which was very beautiful. Then Sinbad says, I selected a rare spot on the bank of a stream to sit and meditate. The soft wind from the trees and the stream murmuring at my feet are making me sleepy. And I went to sleep. So, Sinbad is saying that he and his men both got down from the ship to that island, to that beautiful island, and they planned to take some rest, and after some rest, they thought of going back again. They thought of continuing their voyage, their journey again. So, Sinbad is saying that I selected a rare spot on the bank of a stream to sit and meditate. That means on the bank of a stream, Sinbad sat to take rest, and the soft wind that was blowing from the trees and the beautiful scenario and soft breeze made Sinbad sleepy, and he went to sleep. Now let's see what happens next. Sinbad is saying, when I woke up, I realized that the ship had left without me. Oh my God. They forgot me, and now I am all alone on this island. Oh, very sad thing happened. Sinbad is saying, when he woke up from his sleep, he found himself all alone in that island because all his men and merchants went away without taking him. They must have forgot. It generally happens in every journey. When we get down to refresh ourselves, and when we gather to go away, we generally miss one or two persons who are left out on the way. The same thing happened with Sinbad. All the merchants and his crew went away with the ship, and they forgot to wake up Sinbad because he might be sleeping in one corner where no one could see him. So everybody thought everyone must have got on the ship. So they started to go away, and they forgot that there was no Sinbad in the ship. And they went away. And by the time Sinbad got up, he found that the ship was sailing far away, and his men and merchants had forgot to take him, to carry him along the ship. Now let's see what he does, what happens to him. Then let's see what he does. Then Sinbad is saying, I should not have left my comfortable life in Baghdad to undertake this voyage. So out of dislikeness, after thinking that, after seeing that his men and merchants have left him alone on the bank in this island, Sinbad is saying to himself, I should not have left my comfortable life in Baghdad to undertake this voyage. That means Sinbad is regretting. He has a regret why he has left his hometown, Baghdad, and has come for the journey. He was so happy in his home. If he would have not come, he would have not been in trouble now. Now let's see what happens. What way he find out to get out of this island. I would like to tell you, Sinbad is a fearless and cunning person. He can take out any solution, whatever problem he faced. Let's move ahead. After wandering for a while in despair, that's when he was looking here and there, he started exploring the island because he has now nothing to do. His men and merchants went away. The ship went away, leaving him alone on this island. So what he would have done? He was exploring. He was looking here and there. He was walking. He was seeing the island. So after wandering for a while in despair, that's meaning unhappiness, he climbed to the top of a high tree, looking forth in every direction. So Sinbad is saying, after wandering for a while in despair, I climbed to the top of a high tree, looking forth in every direction. What he has done, he has climbed up on a tall tree and was looking here and there if he could find out any home or any person in that island, any help in that island which could help him to get out of this island. So he was looking from the top of a tree. Then Sinbad says, after looking from the top of the tree, what is that enormous white object? I must go and find out. So from the top of the tree, Sinbad has found a very huge round white object a little far away. So he wanted to go there and find out what was it. Sinbad is saying, I descended from the tree and made my way towards it. That means he came down from the tree and he is going to see what was that white huge substance which he has seen from the top of the tree. Then Sinbad is saying, Sinbad has reached to that white substance and he has seen, and after seeing it, he said to himself, it is a gigantic dome, white and shining. I must find out if this dome has some door or opening. So sad, still he didn't understand that he had landed to a amazing island, and what white, this big dome, white this substance he is seeing, it was nothing but a huge egg of a bird. And Sinbad is thinking if it may be a hut or some sort of house, so he must be having door or window. But it is not that. It was a huge egg. Let's see what happens next. Then Sinbad says, suddenly the sky darkened. That means the sky became cloudy. And Sinbad is saying, what is that thing in the sky? Is that a monstrous bird approaching swiftly through the air? Sinbad has seen a huge bird was flying and approaching towards him. Let's see what happens next. It was the giant bird. The giant bird landed over the egg. That means that white substance which he had seen from the top of the tree, it was nothing but a huge egg, and this huge giant bird which was looking like a vulture, was looking like a huge eagle, the giant bird landed over the egg and crouching down, spreading its wings and brooded over it. It then went off to sleep. That's mean it spread its wings and started to brood. Brood means sat and giving warmth to the egg. And while doing this, the bird went off to sleep. And in front of that huge bird, Sinbad was just looking like a tiny creature, like a Lilliputian. He was looking like an ant in front of that huge bird and huge egg. So Sinbad had watched everything, and after watching all these things, when he's seen that that bird went to sleep, he's saying to himself, I now recall means remembering, I now recall a story told by travelers about the enormous bird called the rocks that feed their young ones on elephants. This might be my chance of escaping from this island. So, seeing him, what thought and plan is going inside the mind of Sinbad? He remembered about the story what his fellow men and travelers used to tell him, that they have seen a huge bird, rocks, who feed its babies on elephants. That's mean he had seen these rocks for the first time, and now he believed the story what he used to hear from his fellow men, from his fellow merchants. Now he has an idea. After seeing this huge bird, Sinbad is thinking and making a plan of escaping this island. So, I have read out the story till here so far. The next part of the story I will explain you in my next video. So, what happens? Does Sinbad get rid of this island? Is he able to reach to his men? Is he able to get out of this island with the help of this huge bird? What plan he has? What will he do next? Or what problem will he face? Or he will safely get out of this island? To know all these things, keep on watching my next video. Till then, goodbye. Be safe. Have a nice day.